Okay, now we're going to move into the apple body type. So apple body type is more rounded in the center. So the weight is carried on the tummy and there's not much of a waist. Quite often a smaller bust, but not always, and usually good legs. But first thing I'm going to do though is show you what a lot of people can be doing, and it doesn't flatter you at all. So when you look at this, you can kind of see the exact body shape underneath. There's nothing hiding it. Not that we need to hide ourselves, but we can do so much better with this outfit to enhance this beautiful body and bring it in and flatter it where it needs. All we're doing here is bringing width to the widest part of the arm, and then a light color makes you look bigger, especially when it's sandwiched between other colors. So this outfit is saying, look how big my tummy is, and then look how big this part of me is. And if you're an apple, you may resonate with this picture, because this is kind of what we think we need to do, is to cover it all up. So we've got this happening. We just look like square to cover up the roundness of our midsection. And everything on this, have a look at the sleeves where the sleeves end. They end right here. So this is just one big line of width, and the width of her arms here, and the width of her shoulders, and the width of everything here is just making this. So we can avoid that so well. And although it's a beautiful color and you know there's a nice flow to this top, we can do so much better. Okay, this is a beautiful feminine option if you're an apple shape. And I'm going to show you a few things about the sleeves that make this outfit pop. First of all, there's a seam here that has this beautiful flowing element to the sleeve. And what that's doing, it's bringing the eye to the center of her body and making that look smaller, because it's kind of pulling it in as if it was a belt. The softness of the sheer fabric here is making her arm look longer and slimmer. And this flow here is taking away that boxy look that we had in the last photo. So this is a really beautiful feminine top that can be worn anywhere, and I'm sure if you had something like this, you're going to feel great. And then we've got something like this. Now look at this sleeve here. Look what it's doing to her arm. Again, the sleeve is stopping around the smallest part of her arm, which is her elbow, and it's close to her waist, which is making everything pull in and look smaller. So we're kind of bringing all the attention, the eye is going to the center of her body, and that's where she's wearing a belt. This fabric here is soft and flowing over her tummy, so it's going to disguise that, and having a V here is going to lengthen her look. And when you feel that your outfit's too boxy and you add these elements of flow, you just look so good. Here's another beautiful example of an apple body type. So the weight is around here, but what is happening here with the detail on the sleeve is that's where your attention is going, to the softness of the sleeve. And see how it's here on an angle? So that makes a huge difference. And there's a gentle cascade on the bottom of her top and a beautiful deep V to lengthen her look. So soft fabric on an apple shape is going to be your best friend. Deep V is going to lengthen you, and just sleeve detail is going to soften you and make you look like a goddess. And this outfit just looks beautiful. This lady has a bigger bust and she's got this beautiful tie pulling her in at her waist. Even though she probably hasn't got a very defined waist, wearing something like this is giving her that definition. And you'll notice the sleeve is gathered here at the wrist, and the fabric is soft and gentle and flowing and just gently cascading over her tummy. So, so beautiful when you think if you put on the big square jacket, you can't see any of this beauty. So think about what you're wearing and think about, are you doing the best you can to enhance what you've got? Here's another great example of an apple body shape with a great sleeve. This sleeve here, she's leaving her wrists open, and that's a beautiful small part of her arm. So the eye is being drawn to that part of her body, and the eye is also being drawn to her narrow waist. So whether she has a narrow waist or not is completely irrelevant, because this tie on her is going to give the illusion of a narrow waist. I really hope you enjoy learning about sleeves and your body type. Thank you so much for watching, and have a beautiful week.